What's going on, Perform24 family? Levi Jaeckel back with another video, back in the garage. And today we are going to be talking about some of the thought processes that I went through to design an extremely versatile and efficient small gym space. If you guys are new here, my name is Levi, and my actual job is running a gym here in Tampa, Florida called Perform24. I started that gym in 2014, and this spring I also built out a single car bay here in our garage as a gym for myself and for my wife Jessica. Most of my content on this channel is talking training one way or another. I do some gear reviews or some equipment reviews on some underserved pieces of equipment that I'm using personally or I'm using with my clients. And then this spring I've been showcasing the gym build here in the garage. This video I wanted to really give you an in-depth look at how Jess and I are using this gym because this gym is killer. This space is killer. And we are doing a ton of training in here. Almost all of my training in the last 6 to 8 weeks has been done in this space. Of course, all of Jessica's training is done in here. And then we are training together more and more and more. And so this space handles a ton of variety. And so I kind of wanted to walk you through how I've done this and kind of the decisions that I've made to either put in here or not put in here. If you are looking to build your own home gym or garage gym, I would challenge you to consider a few big things as you're building this out. So one is the versatility of the equipment that you're buying. Two is the footprint that equipment takes up. Three is the scale of the equipment, right? So the dumbbells that we have here can go from 5 pounds all the way up to 50. Then I can buy an expansion set that takes it to 70 and another expansion set to take it up to 90 if I want. A barbell is probably the best example of scale, right? It can be a 45-pound empty bar, or you can load it up to 700 pounds. So think about the scale of the equipment that you're buying. And then 4, this was a big one to me, how easy is it to clean the space? I need it to be clean, and it gets dirty very frequently, so I needed that process to be very quick. All right, so somebody in a recent video asked me the square footage of this space and the square footage of the flooring here. The square footage of the flooring is about 150 square feet. It's 18 feet long and it's only 8.5 feet wide. There are 2 rolls of flooring here. I've talked about this in a couple videos. I have a 3rd roll of floor just waiting to be laid, and I haven't even laid that yet because we don't need it. I've made a joke in a former video that this is like a minimal garage gym. In a way it is. I know that I've got some very nice equipment for a garage gym here in this space, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of figure out the minimum effective dose of equipment that I needed for myself and for Jessica to be able to complete and execute the training that we wanted to do. The rack decision that I made, I decided to go with a half rack for a couple reasons. One, I was able to get a Sorinex rack, which I'm very, very, very thankful for. I also knew that a Sorinex half rack is going to be as stable as most full racks. This thing is an absolute tank. And I don't have any hesitation throwing heavy weights around, using those safety arms to protect ourselves, or also hanging off of it, whether it's pull-ups or the TRX straps or the rings, or pulling bands off of it, even from the side. I mean, we could hang that TRX off the side and do TRX movements off the side of the rack, and that thing's not gonna budge. So having a half rack that I trust, that doesn't also take up a massive footprint, that was a huge design decision that I did make. Another design decision that I did make was to get a rack with plate storage on it. Adding plates to the rack doesn't take away any functionality of the rack, and in fact, it probably makes it even more stable. So having all that weight loading down that rack is just gonna eliminate even any wobble that it might have to begin with. Open space for me is the most valuable part to a gym. We just need space to move around. Here in this gym we have single kettlebells. I've discussed those in the past. And then we have these power block dumbbells. Together, between 5 pounds all the way up to 50-pound dumbbells, and then an 18 up to a 70-pound kettlebell, it takes up like what, 6 square feet or something like that. So, you know, this is very, very small, condensed, but the amount of training that you can do with just those 2 options is ridiculous. Finally, and again, this is taken from my private sector gym, I wanted to have as much stuff up off the floor as possible. So one, if things are off the floor, it does create more space, which more space means that you're able to move around. But then 2, empty floor space is the easiest to clean. So for me to clean this space, all I do is I pop this garage door up, I take a leaf blower, and I just blow everything straight out the garage door. So this is a functioning garage, okay? So we've got a whole family living in this house. We've got a whole family living in this garage. This garage is, you know, a third gym and then 2/3 family storage and workshop, and extra refrigerator and all that stuff. So, you know, most of the garage is a fully functioning family garage. Obviously, we've got the door that goes out back to our backyard. We're in and out. We use the garage door as our primary entrance to the house. So we're constantly coming in and out of this space. And so it's constantly getting dust and leaves and grass clippings and all that stuff in here. So being able to quickly clean this was a huge priority of mine. Honestly, this is so easy to clean that I personally clean this every single time I train in here. So those garage doors come up, I blow it out. That's the first thing I do. And then I get to work. And that doesn't take away from any of my training time at all. I completely understand that I'm kind of a unique case study in building a home gym just because I have the private sector gym in my professional world. You know, I've already built that. And so designing a home gym is kind of like an extension of my professional life. And this is something that I spent a long time thinking about before I actually started building this. So I've got old footage, I'm sure I'm throwing some of that up on the screen, of walkthroughs of this house as it was being constructed. So all last fall, Jess and I were building this house, and we knew from day one that this single garage bay was going to become a gym. And so I had 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 months to really think about how I wanted to design this, how I wanted to build this out. And so what you've seen over the last weeks is all of that vision kind of coming into reality. Okay, so that's gonna wrap up today's video talking about training versatility and efficiency in a small space, 150 square feet on this rubber flooring to be exact. I've said this before, but I truly do mean this. The comments and the feedback that I get from you guys is awesome. I think YouTube does a better job of that than any other platform. And so please don't be shy. Throw a comment down if you have that, if you have a question, or if you want me to check out something that you've got going on in your own world. Train hard, live full, and I will see you in the next video.